Welcome everybody, a little different video today. You can get two. This one's a bit different. It's called Pathways. It's created by my government, the UK government, and apparently we're going to be navigating gaming, the internet, extremism, brought to you by Yorkshire Council, Hull Council, and So UK. Okay. Now, people like... I'm looking at the screen here for my phone. Asman Gold TV and people like Barry Stepp had brought this to my attention. Now, as a father, this is concerning. I've seen some of the clips, and I'm concerned enough to play this game as a UK citizen. Yes, you heard that right. This is apparently designed to stop extremism. Sorry, it's supposed to be two fingers. Extremism. There we go. Now, let's jump into it. Okay, so welcome to Pathways, an interactive game where you determine your journey. In this game, you'll have to choose between certain options that lead to different outcomes. Let's see where your path takes you.
In this game, you will be presented with scenarios that require you to take action, like hearing something hateful while gaming or watching a provocative video on social media.
Okay.
From the three alternative options presented, you will use your mouse to select one based on the information given and what outcome you think this will have.
Okay, so first of all, under the Equality Act, racism is equal to ableism, which is a hatred of disabled people. Racism is hatred of people of a different race to you. And there are more concerning isms and ists coming which don't really exist.
The choices you make will determine the route your character takes. Remember to be aware of getting trapped in risky or harmful situations, as the different choices can lead to situations involving extremism and radicalisation, damaging the outcome for your character.
So anything that's considered extremist or radicalised, we're going to have a problem with them. Now, the thing is, this game reminds me of 1984 and the propaganda that was told in that book, where people believed what they were told. Let's continue. Who's going to play one chapter today?
Charlie was enjoying an online game with friends.
Okay.
Charlie had not long started attending a new college in East Riding, and they were so relieved to have made new friends having recently left school.
Okay, so there's a bit of information here. Apparently, he looks like Charlie Kirk, the guy that was shot for having an opinion. And you named him Charlie, which is also interesting. And yes, Charlie Kirk had opinions which I don't think could be matched without the bullet.
Charlie has started browsing new games and websites that some of the new friends use.
Okay.
Sometimes, though, the people on these websites say things that seem off, even slightly concerning.
That's Twitter every day. But that's a left-right opinion, you know? Or the left might say and consider good, the right might think is that's concerning. But again, that's Twitter every day. And I'm not going to comment further on certain situations on there.
Someone on this website has encouraged Charlie to download a video, but Charlie is unsure.
Okay, first of all, the internet. Do not download anything that people tell you to download. Do not click links that people tell you to download.
How should Charlie react?
Now, common sense, considering he's in college, he's not an adult. He's probably like 16. And I don't know about American colleges. I get confused with the whole colleges, American university, so don't mind me. But I've explained our college because I've been to one. Talk to a stranger online. You would naturally do this. Everyone would do this.
Charlie questioned the stranger, asking what the video was about.
Yeah.
Charlie felt uneasy when the stranger explained that if Charlie cared about the country, they would download the video and share it with as many people as possible.
Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck me. What the fuck? So basically this is anti-patriot... excuse me. I'm not going to be editing this. Because I'm mad as hell and I need to get stuff done before tomorrow. This is anti-patriotic from the sounds of it. And I'm going to tell you the line that tells me this is so. When the stranger explained that if Charlie cared about the country, he would download the video and share it. Okay. I'm not exactly happy with that way of thinking, but let's carry on.
Charlie wasn't sure what to say and didn't contribute anything more to the discussion. Instead, feeling that perhaps they had missed something on the topic.
Generally, yeah, I have that opinion a lot of the times. There's always another point of view, regardless of right or wrong. In some cases, that is not the case. Some people are as evil as all bloody hell. And it makes Satan's flinch in fear.
Luckily, Charlie trusted their instinct and didn't download or share the video.
Good. I mean, it's good on the basis that he trusted his instinct not downloading it and probably getting a virus. At least.
It's important to remember that downloading or streaming certain content can lead to a terrorist offence conviction.
Okay, but how do you determine this certain content? How do you, as a government and as a police force, which is a bunch of marshmallows, by the way, in some places, how do you determine that, let's say, a video of a protest by Stop the Boats, which is peaceful, is under the definition of certain content that is terrorist? I mean, there's people being, unfortunately, having their heads removed, not surgically, and that's okay, done by a certain terrorist organisation. But if someone shares a video of going to a protest, a peaceful one, to stop certain negativity, like children being raped, that's terrorist offence. No. I'm absolutely ashamed to be British at this point. Sure, let's go for another one.
Charlie is receiving an important grade on a piece of work they submitted for their hospitality course at college.
Okay.
Charlie put in a lot of effort for this work and is excited to receive good feedback.
like we all. I like to put in a lot of effort. There's nothing wrong with putting in effort.
Charlie takes a seat in class and waits to get their grade. To their disappointment, Charlie doesn't do as well as they expect. They got 60 out of 100 for their work, but they wanted at least 75 out of 100.
Yeah, that's a tough break. Everyone's experienced that, I think.
To make matters worse, somebody else got 80 out of 100, and the teacher said that this person has received a job offer.
Okay, I mean, if that's their hard work put in, then that's their hard work. I'm not going to put someone down for putting in the hard work, effort, and dedication to something. Look at me trying to build this channel. Hard work, dedication. If you're playing this stupid game just to put in the hard work and dedication that you want, and a UK perspective, a British perspective on this bloody game. I'm sorry, I forgot. Game.
Charlie has applied to dozens of jobs, but hasn't had any luck yet.
I know the feeling, but it's depressing as hell. I'm mad at the world too, but what you gotta do? Hopefully Friday gives me something good. I deserve something good. No disrespect to everyone who's worked hard, but I've worked hard too. I've got things that I need to do, provide for, and I can't be just brushed aside anymore. My opportunity has to come.
Somebody else in the class tells Charlie that this is proof that immigrants are coming to the UK and taking our jobs.
Difficult to talk about, but in some cases true, because they will take less money. Because then they'll turn to the government and go, I need money, and they'll be put on benefits and everything will be paid for them. So they don't have to pay much out. But again, this is a touchy subject. The problem is I would do A, and later I would do C. But if I got 75 out of 100 and someone got 80 and they were an immigrant, I would be a bit concerned, but not concerned enough to cause an issue without proof. And I'd want that proof in my hand, slap down the desk and say, I'm being discriminated against. What would I do? We could do this, if I ever get a live stream, we could probably do this as a live stream, just for a bit of fun. We'll do C. Because, yeah, I would agree with the comment to an extent, but there are other factors that is to be explored as well to come to a similar conclusion that has just been given.
Charlie approached the classmate angrily. He agreed with the ideas and began shouting about them in class.
What? Yeah, I'd be angry as hell, but I'm not going to disrupt a freaking class over it. If the immigrant has worked hard, they put in the time and effort to get that score, to get that job offer, I would shake their hand and give them the respect. But if their score and job offer was based on diversity quotas, I wouldn't be happy. Because I can be discriminated in two ways, maybe three. Now, interesting, if you look at the score bar, it's gone down to red. I think they've exaggerated the scene a bit too much, in my opinion.
The teacher let Charlie know that the school has a zero tolerance on hate speech.
Okay, that's absolutely fair. No one should be discriminated against. No one should have hate thrown their way, regardless of religion, creed, colour, disability, whatever. Everyone should get a fair shake of the hand. No hiding cross fingers behind your back. Or no, deciding that, he's too disabled. He's got autism. Let's push him away. We've got someone else we can have. Yes, he's probably the most qualified or the closest match. We've got someone else we can use, but I'm rambling on a bit. Let's carry on.
The teacher was concerned by Charlie's outburst and tried to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, like we all would. We'd all want to get to the bottom of why we weren't picked for a job. We didn't get the grade we wanted. But I don't think this is an accurate portrayal of what they wanted.
Charlie became more agitated and ended up having to sit alone for the duration of the week's lessons because of the hurtful things they said.
I've been internally excluded for a time in secondary school. I just had enough and just went. I had an outburst and that was it. I was internally excluded and had to have a report card for an entire week, I think, when I was allowed to return to actual lessons again. But honestly, I enjoyed the isolation. If they let me learn by myself... Oh, but there's a problem with that. They couldn't indoctrinate me any more than they wanted to. Yep.
Charlie has been chilling out all afternoon.
Sounds great, mate. Absolutely fantastic for you. Well done.
They've been scrolling on social media.
Doom scrolling. We've all done it.
They spot a video that seems to be getting a lot of attention.
Well, of course you do. If it's getting a lot of attention, it gets put on your feed.
Charlie watches the video and learns from the video that Muslim men are stealing the places of British war veterans in emergency accommodation.
Whoa! No. I'm sorry, but when you come over on a boat and you're given everything, we have a government spending millions and millions of pounds each year to house these people. Well, that money could have been going to war veterans. This game is absolutely pissing me off. We need to look after our veterans far more. They've done a lot of service and they get treated like shit. Where if you come over on a boat, you pretty much get everything handed to you. If you don't like anything, you can just, let's just say, have an outburst.
In the video, they explain that the government is betraying white British people and we need to take back control of our country.
Yeah. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. B.
Charlie wasn't sure if this video was true.
Yeah, you should always have that first look. Is it true? Is it AI? What's the provenance? What's the origins?
But the recent other encounters made them curious.
Okay.
Charlie went directly to the account's website and found research papers, statistics, information about protests and more regarding the replacement of white people.
Okay, I'm interested now. What are you going to say about this? The critical thinking isn't good? We all need to just absorb the propaganda of the government? And if the leader wants to rise, we believe it and he rises? When we just imagine it? This is fucking 1984.
They continued browsing and encountered lots of harmful groups who agree with these sentiments.
If you're of a race and you're feeling that you're being discriminated against, I don't consider that harmful. I consider it a defensive group. Because if you've got someone like the Chinese, for example, I'm sorry about the example, but it's just an extreme opposite. And if you're offended, I do apologise. If they feel that they're being replaced, then they're going to rise up. And it doesn't matter where you come from. You can come from the Middle East, and if you feel that way, you'd rise up. You'd want to defend your own people. You'd want to defend your own children from whatever's happening.
Charlie began intaking a lot of harmful ideological messages. In fact, some of the groups were actually illegal.
I'm confused right now. So how is learning that there is proof of a replacement theory, or just a replacement fact, existing, harmful ideology? I am sick to my stomach of being British right now. And I apologise to the world before I utter behaviour with this 1984 crap.
Charlie has been enjoying a family dinner at home when they receive a notification from their friend.
Must be nice. It is nice when you get a friend giving you a message.
Charlie's mum makes a comment about using phones at the dinner table, but Charlie checks in anyway.
As a parent, I would say you can check, but you can't reply unless it's an emergency. And then if it was an emergency from a family member, then they would probably contact me or my wife first. The child, my daughter, would probably be the last line of contact before coming to the house.
Amelia, Charlie's close friend, has made a video encouraging young people in Bridlington to join a political group that seeks to defend English rights.
How's that a bad thing? Can somebody in the comments below tell me how that's a bad thing? If I want to defend my rights, I have a right to defend my rights. You can't take my right to defend my rights away. Whether it's English, Welsh, British, Scottish, whatever. We've had those rights since Magna Carta, and they've been changed frequently, but the basis has always been the same. And to remove that would be to destroy the whole English legal system, which is apparently in the works.
Amelia encourages Charlie to join a secret group on an app Charlie hasn't heard of before. Charlie isn't sure whether to join, explore further, or ignore.
I would explore further before joining. But I don't understand how a group of this would be bad if they're trying to defend English rights and English people. If it's in a non-violent way, I should say. And I'll make that clear, in a non-violent way. And the only time peaceful protests have been turned into violence is when the police have been shooting people in, and there's video evidence of that. Probably taken down by now because it's harmful terrorist content. But those are undercover police and hired activists who are trained and who are told and paid to create violence in a peaceful protest, which allows riot police to come in and start doing what they do. Where's the option for explore further? There's like the video to show you support. You don't know what's happening. I don't even know what's in the video. There's no option for explore further. I'd probably do B. That's the closest thing to wanting to explore more.
Charlie settled for a middle ground. They didn't want their friend to think they didn't care, but they didn't know if they wanted to join the group.
That's a fair response. I think that's, for me, that's fair. It's a middle ground. I don't know what's going on, but when I learn more, I have a better understanding, and I can use my critical thinking skills to actually decide what I want to do.
They decided to like the post quickly and continued to eat their dinner.
Yeah, I would have taken the phone off my child at that point. They can have the phone back after dessert if there's one.
During the night, Charlie received a message from a stranger who saw that they had liked the post.
Okay, that's great. Just don't just don't reply, I think. read the message, don't reply, and if it's anything bad, just report it.
Before they knew it, Charlie had been added to an encrypted private group without Charlie's permission.
I don't like when that happens. Because on Twitter you have these little group things which you can make people join. Like, list of fascists. That seems to be a thing, or PDF files that people know or who think are PDF files. That kind of thing pisses me off. But luckily, I've not been added to any groups on Twitter like that, so I'm okay for now. We may as well just finish this.
Charlie was seeing their dad at the weekend. He lives in Hull, so their weekends look very different to their weekdays in East Riding.
Oh, okay, so he's so it's a single parent household. I thought it was bad to have a 2-parent household as a father and mother. Okay, sorry, that's my white privilege coming in despite me being disabled. My mistake.
Charlie's friend Amelia immediately looked interested and told them about a protest she wished she could go to herself, but was not allowed.
Yeah, I wouldn't allow my daughter to go to a protest.
Amelia spoke of a gathering that had been organised by a small political group. They would come together and protest the changes that Britain has been through in the last few years and the erosion of British values.
Yeah, I have seen an erosion of British values, especially that charity starts at home first. With the way the world's treated Britain after World War II, we shouldn't be helping people unless we get something in return now. Because we were the ones that stood up for Europe in World War II, and we get treated like shit even today. We're the first ones in, the last ones out in any war, more or less. And we are not given our fair respect, whether it be our country, our dead, or surviving service members. Our contributions have been much forgotten, basically.
Amelia talked about the banners and the pickets that her friends had made for the events and expressed a real regret that she could not go, begging Charlie to go in her place. Charlie has nothing to do this weekend, and a protest sounded like an interesting thing to take part in.
Personally, I'd probably just observe it for a few hours. I wouldn't be involved. Yeah, I would watch from the sidelines, because if anything happens, with my luck, I'd have something cracked across my my poor noggin.
Charlie went to the protest in the end. It wasn't what they expected.
Okay.
They noticed the protest seemed to be more about racism and anti-immigration than British values and honouring fallen veterans.
That's complete bullshit. Every protest is about protecting children from imported PDF files. They're about giving British service members, veterans, their dues in life. They're not giving shit accommodations. They're not given a tent. They're not told to go sleep in an alleyway or on the steps of a shop or an abandoned building. While those that are imported get to live in a 3 to 5-star hotel for a very long time, with room and board included, along with new phones, identity, and all that, which costs us millions. I knew this game was going to piss me off.
Charlie grew increasingly uncomfortable as the crowd became angrier. Police arrived after a few violent outbreaks.
I'll guarantee you that was there wasn't protest people. That was police plants, like paid protesters and undercover agents, undercover police.
Before they knew it, they were running away from the scene. Some protesters next to Charlie had drawn the attention of the police.
And guess what? Charlie probably gets beaten down for it because that was an undercover cop.
Charlie had only been here to observe, but the line between observing and participating was too easy to cross.
No, it's not. You can observe from a distance. A safe one.
Charlie thought about all the difficult choices they had needed to make in the last few weeks.
Okay.
Some of their choices had led to changes in friendship, and Charlie was feeling low, as they weren't sure if they had made the right decisions.
I don't think protecting British values and children and women, sorry about that, women as well. I forgot to mention them, but I think people get the idea, but I should have mentioned them. I do apologise. Protecting our values, our children, our women from danger that is imported. And that's the right decision if you do it peacefully. And police shouldn't be implanting certain people of their own kind into such things, so non-violent, so they can create a narrative.
The teacher had noticed this and decided to reach out.
But I wouldn't care if. But that's just me being autistic. I prefer my own thing. I would set my own in the classroom, and I'm happy with that.
The teacher sat with them and talked openly and frankly about the ideology that Charlie had discovered.
The ideology isn't bad, it's how you use it that counts. Now, if I'm discussing the ideology of protecting British values, children and women from all kinds of danger being imported, I'd want to use statistics and other evidence to support my claim, and do so in a peaceful way. I do want to remind everyone who's here that I am British, by the way.
The teacher reassured that Charlie had made the right decisions. Charlie realised that if they had chosen to engage with these harmful ideas, the consequences would have been very different.
Okay, so we've got the middle ground ending, apparently. Click to find out what support Charlie could have received if they had chosen to engage with harmful ideology. Oh, sorry, my mistake. Harmful ideology.
Charlie accepted they may need support.
So basically the teacher's just going to indoctrinate him again, right?
Charlie's teacher made a prevent referral, and they were able to provide tailored support for Charlie.
So this prevent referral, excuse me, I am pissed, and when I'm pissed off and angry, I'm just not a very good speaker. So I do apologise. This prevent referral to access tailored support is just more indoctrination. That's on 1984 levels, if that. It could be worse. So, if you haven't read 1984 or watched the film, just go watch both. Go read 1984, go watch the film. You'll understand the references. You'll understand what you've seen here is exactly that's in 1984, more or less. Because there's apparently a war going on in 1980 across the world, and everyone's making munitions in Britain and producing everything because the propaganda tells them there's a war going on, but there are signs and hints that there's no war going on.
They began a workshop that helped them learn how to engage positively with ideology and the differences between right and wrong in expressing political beliefs.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, the right way is to show facts and evidence while being calm, collected, and cool. Cool. Sorry. Voice kind of gave out. And the wrong way to do it is to shout, create a violent protest, and lock and load. Yeah.
Charlie received counselling to help them process the other events in their life, and they felt much better for it.
Okay, but the counselling was what? That British Values should erode, that we should let import PDF files, that we allow imported PDF files to correct children and women to do other things as well. Okay. So let's go explore the consequences now.
It was decided that Charlie was at borderline risk of radicalisation, given their proximity to it.
So I'm borderline radicalized. Alan Snack Bar! Sorry.
Charlie engaged in various activities through Prevent, such as family counselling sessions, which helped address some of the issues at the heart of being influenced by harmful ideologies.
Sorry, my nose is itchy. I recently shaved. So I apologise for playing with my nose, scratching my nose, and whatever.
They started taking up new skills and hobbies, and made new friends.
That's great.
They also started receiving extra support at college to ensure they had someone to talk to openly about ideological thoughts.
Okay, so was this person given? It sounds like they were given the support. And why is it like an American's college? The college I went to never had lockers like this. Okay,
What is Prevent? Prevent is a referral programme operated by the Home Office in partnership with local services. It was set up in 2003 as part of legislation responding to the 9/11 terror attack in the USA. The overarching aim of Prevent is to stop violent extremism from happening within our communities. Prevent works on the basis that any ideology can be harmful, and therefore anyone can be at risk of becoming radicalised. The programme seeks to identify cases of extremism before any violent acts are committed, and it does so by addressing difficulties vulnerable individuals may be experiencing and helping them overcome it. Why is Prevent important? Prevent is an important part of the UK's counter-terrorism strategy because it seeks to tackle extremist behaviour as it emerges instead of after an attack. It acknowledges that underlying issues and vulnerabilities play a role in extreme ideas and behaviours and wants to reduce the effects that push someone into extremism. It's important because Prevent doesn't seek to punish people who have fallen victim to radicalisation. It aims to reduce the risk of violence and enable vulnerable people to live a life without hate or violence. Who does Prevent support? Though it is rare, Prevent understands that any ideology has the potential to harm others if the right conditions are met. Prevent does not target any specific demographic, community, or ideology, and the support they offer is available to anyone who may be motivated by an ideology to behave in an extreme manner. This means that anyone could be referred to Prevent to receive their support. What is the process, and how does Prevent work? Prevent will only come into contact with someone if they receive a referral either from them directly or from someone who has concerns. Referrals can come from a variety of places, such as parents, other family members or friends, teachers, and health or social workers. Anyone can make a referral if they have concerns about radicalisation. The referral asks the person filling the form to include details about the individual's behaviour, beliefs, and other contextual factors that might make them vulnerable. The referral is then reviewed by a panel of experts from different fields to discuss if the person is at risk or not, and what kind of support would be most appropriate. Most referrals are not followed up by Prevent if support from other organisations is more appropriate. On the occasions where Prevent does take on a referral, the information is passed to Channel. Channels are the specialists in supplying support that is specific to radicalisation and ideologies. They work with the individual to reduce the risk of harm to that person and wider society. They take a multi-agency approach to providing support, so support could involve mentors, interactions with people who left harmful ideologies, family support, financial and housing support, counselling or therapy sessions, religious support, and more. Receiving support from Prevent or Channel does not appear on a criminal record. Any involvement is always confidential and voluntary.
Really?
Involvement with Prevent seeks to lead people away from behaviours that are against the law before they engage. It is designed not only to keep communities safe and peaceful, but to enable the individual at risk to live a fulfilling life without the risk of fines, arrests, or prison sentences, which may arise from extreme behaviours.
You mean like posting stuff online? You mean like posting a meme? Posting something online? Okay, some of those would probably be against the law, but sharing a post? Now, that's wrong. If you're sharing a post that's harmful in a way that's supposed to encourage violence, then you should have a warning, and the person who posted it should be spoken to and, if needed, put in prison, but not if we can't put them away. Because old Starling Stammer has decided that if you post something he doesn't like online, he will release a prisoner and put you away. I think this is where I'm probably going to leave it. I don't know if there's any more. Pause if you want to read all this. So there's different outcomes you can do by picking stuff up, but you want me to do this again with the more radicalized things, and okay, but here's my perspective as a British person. This is fucking bullshit. If I'm as an Englishman and as a British person wants to defend my rights, my wife, my daughter, my fucking family from people they import, yeah, I should have the right to protest that peacefully when stuff like that happens. We are telling the government there's a problem. We are peacefully telling them there is a problem. Stop importing. Get the PDF files out. Get the criminals out. We don't want them. They're not for our society. And I've worked with immigrants. They were lovely people. They may have decided I was a little strange, but I'm autistic. What are you going to do? But my point is, this is a difficult subject. I'm a British person. This is bullshit. My daughter is not going to be taking any of this class, and if I find out she does, I'll be having a complete discussion with the school. My name is Johnny Wild. This was what the fucking game was this? Or should we go with Angry Gaming? Because this did give me angry vibes. So I'm going to go now because I want to cook my steak and chips. So, let's sign off now. Thank you for watching. My name's Johnny Wild. I'm a British citizen, born and raised. Get some fresh air. Text your mother. Tell her you love her. If not, I do apologise and make a prayer for her. Give her some respect in the afterlife for me, please. I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. And then cut to some grass. It's very important for you. Medically speaking. Well, not medically speaking, but apparently has some... Despite being a funny meme, a funny saying, it's apparently beneficial.